In Arctic Waters by Laura Crawford. This is the ice that floats in the Arctic waters. This is the fish, small and quick, that circles the ice that floats in the Arctic waters. This is the beluga, blubbery thick, that chases the fish, small and quick, that circles the ice that floats in the Arctic waters. This is the narwhal, big and strong, that swims with the beluga, blubbery thick, that chases the fish, small and quick, that circles the ice that floats in the Arctic waters. This is the seal, bouncing along, that teases the narwhal, big and strong, that swims with the beluga, blubbery thick, that chases the fish, small and quick, that circles the ice that floats in the Arctic waters. This is the walrus, ready to play, that splashes the seal, bouncing along, that teases the narwhal, big and strong, that swims with the beluga, blubbery thick, that chases the fish, small and quick, that circles the ice that floats in the Arctic waters. This is the polar bear, furry white, that swats at the walrus, ready to fight, that splashes the seal, bouncing along, that teases the narwhal, big and strong, that swims with the beluga, blubbery thick, that chases the fish, small and quick, that circles the ice that floats in the Arctic waters. This is the man that hunts the animals that live on the ice that floats in the Arctic waters. Crunch, creak, crack. The polar bear stopped. The walrus hopped. The seal scurried. The narwhal hurried. The beluga splashed. The fish dashed toward a new piece of ice that floats in the Arctic waters. Bear Snores On by Karma Wilson and Jane Chapman. In a cave in the woods, in his deep dark lair, through the long cold winter, sleeps a great brown bear. Cuddled in a heap, with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the day, he sleeps through the night. The cold wind howls, and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. An itty-bitty mouse, pitter-pat, tiptoe, creep crawls in the cave from the fluff-cold snow. Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dank, too dark. So he lights wee twigs with a small hot spark. The coals pipe pop, and the wind doesn't stop. But the bear snores on. Two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. "Ho, Mouse," says Hare. "Long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. Mouse sips, wee slurps. Hare burps, big burps. But the bear snores on. A badger skirtles by, sniff snuffs at the air. I smell yummy yums, perhaps we can share. I've brought honey nuts, Badger says with a grin. Let's divvy them up, cozy down, and dig in. And they nibble and they munch with a chew, chomp, crunch. But the bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor. Then a wren and a raven flutter in through the door. Mole mutters, "What a night!" "What a storm!" twitters wren, and everybody clutters in the great bear's den. They tweet and they titter, they chat and they chitter, but the bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Hare strokes the fire, mouse seasons stew. Then a small pepper fleck makes the bear achoo! He blows and he sneezes, and the whole crowd freezes. And the bear wakes up. Bear gnarls and snarls. Bear roars and he rumbles. Bear jumps and he stomps. Bear growls and he grumbles. You've snuck in my lair, and you've all had fun. But me, I was sleeping and I have had none. And he whimpers and he moans, he wails and he groans, and the bear blubbers on. Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret, don't fuss. Look, see, we can pop more corn. We can brew more tea." Bear gulps, bear gobbles, he sighs with delight. Then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, Bear can't sleep, but his friends snore on. Snowman at Night by Carolyn Buhner. One wintry day I made a snowman, very round and tall. The next day when I saw him, he was not the same at all. His hat had slipped, his arms dropped down. He really looked a fright. It made me start to wonder, what do snowmen do at night? I think that snowmen start to slide when it gets really dark, off the lawn and down the street, right into the park. They gather in a circle while they wait for all the others, sipping cups of ice-cold cocoa made by snowman mothers. Then the snowman games begin. They line up in their places, each one anxious for his turn in the snowman races. After everyone has had a chance at racing once or twice, they go on over to the pond to do skating tricks on ice. Sometimes they start giggling, and then they act like clowns. They bump into each other till they all fall down. They gather up their snowballs. The pitcher takes his aim. And underneath the moonlit sky, they play a baseball game. No one knows just how it started, but soon it's quite a sight, with snowmen throwing snowballs in the world's best snowball fight. Then it's time for sledding. It's a wild ride down the hill. Wahoo! They yell. This is, by far, the snowman's biggest thrill. Finally, they're tuckered out and getting sleepy, so they gather up their things and one by one they go. So if your snowman's grin is crooked or he's lost a little height, you'll know he's just been doing what snowmen do at night. Snowy Owls by Melissa Hill. Great white owls. A white owl with big yellow eyes lands in the snow. Thick feathers keep her feet and body warm. She's a snowy owl. Snowy owls are the largest owls in North America. Females can weigh more than 6 pounds. Males are smaller. Snowy owls begin their lives in the Arctic Circle. They are also found in North America, Europe, and Asia. In snowy places, white feathers help snowy owls hide. They don't want their prey to see them. The owl's camouflage works well. A hungry snowy owl listens for prey. Swoop! The owl's strong feet and sharp talons grab its prey. Snowy owls eat lemmings, voles, and other rodents. If food is hard to find, snowy owls fly south. They may fly 2,000 miles or more. In spring, they return to the Arctic Circle. In the Arctic, females scratch a nest into the land. They lay up to 9 white eggs. A month later, snowy owl chicks hatch. Young snowy owls have fluffy white and gray feathers. Snowy owls take good care of their growing chicks. In 4 months, the chicks can fly and hunt. As adults, they will start families of their own. In the wild, snowy owls live about 10 years. Winter is Here by Kevin Hanks. Winter is here. It's everywhere. It's falling from the sky and sitting on the houses and dripping from the roofs and sticking to the trees in clumps and curls. Winter is reaching through the branches and crouching in the doorways and settling here and there, softly, so softly. But winter can be hard too. Ice covers the pond. The leaves underneath are like stars in glass. It can take a long time to get ready for winter. Boots and zippers, and vests and zippers, and jackets and zippers, and hats, and snaps, and scarves and mittens. Winter is outside, of course, but it's inside too. Feathering the window and dusting the dog and sitting on the table. Winter comes without a sound, and it comes with many. The wind howls in every language, and the windows rattle. Winter is white and gray, but with the dark of night, winter is blue. Blue, blue, deep blue, and even colder. Winter comes, and then it stays, and stays, and stays. And when it's time to leave, winter shrinks away bit by bit. It slows down, getting smaller, drying up, slipping down the street, around the corner, peeking back, then moving on, out into the world, into the air, into spring.